I'm here in the back garden of James Hodgson in Barrow-in-Furness in beautiful Cumbria. He's the first of our selected riders for Britain's Best Rides in association with Bourbon Bikes and Halfords. And tomorrow I'm going to be taking on his 40-mile loop, which takes in some pretty big climbs, some fantastic descents and some beautiful scenery. James, why is the ride that I'm going to be doing tomorrow the best in Britain?
It's got everything we could possibly want. You've got the weather, first and foremost, which is in the Lake District very, very important. You've got the massive hills, you've got the inclines, you've got the descents, as you've said, you've got the lakes, you've got the beauty of the scenery. You've got Broughton-in-furness, where I've started and finished the ride from. You've got the bed and breakfast, you've got the bakeries, you've got the butchers, pubs, which is the most important, of course. The route I've picked is exceptionally quiet. I think over the 40 miles, you've got something like half a mile of main road. In that respect, you're not going to see many cars, hopefully, as well.
I've got to admit, I'm a little bit nervous because I've never ridden in the Lake District. I know all about the Fred Whitton Challenge. Yeah. I'm scared.
Right,
Should
okay.
I be?
If you're a keen cyclist, you'll be fine. You'll enjoy the ride. You've got to conquer Rhinos, ultimately, tomorrow, and that in itself is a good challenge. Its sign says 30%, you're kicking something like 35 towards the top. You need to spin and sit in.
So what's the real standout part of the ride? Is it Rhinos, or would you say Rhinos actually is the toughest bit, but actually there are other bits that are better to look at?
My favourite part of the ride, and I've never come across anything better, and I've been looking for quite some time, would be the actual descent off Rhinos down to the bottom of the Duddon Valley, which is right down to Ulfa and Duddon Bridge. You're talking 10-15 miles of very, very casual descending. One thing you need to be aware of, the Cumbrian roads, as probably around the most of the country, the road surface is hit and miss. You need to be very cautious that there could be a couple of little potholes sneaking out at you.
So how often would you say you do this ride?
I've done it 3 times in the last week. Yeah, it's just you get everything in such a small 40-mile loop. It's incredible, you'll love it, you really will.
It's a beautiful day here in Cumbria. We're in Broughton-in-furness, a lovely little market town, and that's where our ride is going to start. We had a couple of beers yesterday with James and he's talked us through the route. We're going to head out of the village. It's pretty easy, he says, for the first few miles. After about 5 miles, we're going to come to Woodland Fell, and that's going to be the first climb of the day. It is quite hot, so I'm a little bit nervous. So, let's go. So about 5.5 miles, 6 miles into James's ride, and so far it's been absolutely stunning. Just got to the top of Woodland Fell, which is the first big climb of the day. It's started off short and sharp, just after a cattle grid, and then it's a nice long drag up to the top, but pretty good fun, sort of. The rest of the ride before that, nice, quiet, narrow country lanes with a few punchy little climbs, tall hedgerows, dry stone walls, and lots of sheep. Got the rest of the ride to come. I'm really looking forward to it. We've got a nice descent off of Woodland Fell, then it's down to Coniston Water, iconic and beautiful. And then it's on to Rhinos. As you can see, I am part of the way up Rhinos Pass, not all the way. I don't know if I'm going to get all the way. I can't remember if James promised pain, but I've just got pain. It's hard. It is a hard climb. I've never climbed a climb this hard in the UK.
You need to spin and sit in, spin and sit in, spin and sit in.
I could be your hero, baby.
The rest of the ride before it was absolutely lovely, particularly the nice flowing section past Coniston Water. That was gorgeous. Quite up and down, but pretty fast. We went past some big rhododendron bushes, if you're into that kind of thing, and also a jetty where James proposed to his wife, which is very romantic. I'm not feeling particularly romantic right now though, because I've still got to get to the top of this. I'm hoping that once I do, it's all downhill back to Broughton. So here I am back in Broughton where we started this morning, finished the ride, 40 miles, 1,700 metres of climbing, and it was fantastic. The scenery was incredible, it was tough, particularly Rhinos. That nearly killed me. I may have had to have stopped once, twice, not sure, can't remember. But then the descending from that was well worth it. I think it's fair to say that James's ride had pretty much everything. It really is one of Britain's best rides. And I'm sorry to say, Mr. Boardman, I think you've got some serious competition. Local knowledge is a good thing, and I have been told that the pies and Scotch eggs from Melville Tyson, just off the town square here, are absolutely fantastic. So I think I deserve one, and I'm going to tuck in.
We're looking for Britain's best rides. If you think you've got one that can beat mine, send us your videos of no more than 60 seconds or photos with supporting words to a maximum of 200 to tell us why yours is a winner. If we think yours is one of the best, then we'll put it to the public vote. The winner will get a Boardman Performance bike courtesy of Halfords. Not only that, every month, 3 lucky winners will get prizes from Halfords too.